skated over my wrist once. I do realize that sounds impossible, but for my twig-armed 7-year-old roller skating pretzel self, I had it coming. I was showing off for my friends as their parents were shuffling them out of my driveway, and my zeal overtook my common sense. I tucked into a ball to speed down my driveway hill, and at the same time turned my head around to wave charismatically at my adoring fans. When I turned back around to give myself a boost of speed with my pushing hands, I miscalculated the exact position of where my hands should touch the ground. And then it was too late. With a bump, I roller skated over my wrist. Here's the thing. I've been traveling full speed ahead since I was a child. I still turn my head wooed by the ones I love and by the ones I meet by God's design around the world. But I also try to keep my eyes fixed ahead on Jesus, because I believe following God is just as much about adventure as it is presence. In fact, the greatest adventure is His presence. So many people think that Christianity is out of date, irrelevant, and even boring. But that's not the case. Following God is the greatest adventure of all. And the greatest promise He gives us is His presence. He will never leave us, nor forsake us. We're never alone. He is with us in every season. When we feel like we're on top of the world or lying in the pit covered in dirt. When our faces are hot and puffy from too many tears, or when we can't stop smiling, He is with us, always. And because of His presence and His unpredictable ways, He is our adventure, the best one we'll ever embark upon. My name is Bethany Anderson, and I'm a single 30-something nomad. I've lived as a missionary in 6 countries: France, Switzerland, South Africa, Australia, England, and the United States. I'd like to say that I'm normal, but anyone who knows me can attest to the fact that I've always marched to the beat of my own drum, or djembe, or Swiss Alphorn. I love speaking in accents. Northern Irish is my favorite. And I'm obsessed with chips and salsa. You can find me pretty much any day of the week when I'm not traveling, splatter painting color onto my canvas in my little creative nook, or singing and writing songs with my basic guitar skills. I'm a self-confessed travel junkie, and I live with a constant itch to experience new sounds, smells, colors, tastes, and cultures all around the world. As a split Enneagram 7 and 4, I live life at rocket speed, chasing after the God of love, life, and adventure, all the while nestling into my favorite place, the corners of God's heart. Today starts a new adventure in my own life that I want to share with you. I'm launching the Hope Adventure, which is a space for you and I to dream and create and be an adventure together with God into all sorts of unknown places. We'll share stories of hope and joy, laughter, presence, trial, triumph, of God at work in and through us and around the world. We'll laugh a lot, hopefully, and cry sometimes too. And we'll talk about ways to keep Him central in all things. His presence will carry us through. His language is love, and hope is His heartbeat. Glory of God, His presence, His voice, His nearness with us in all things is the aroma of hope for our lives. This space is just as much yours as it is mine. So come along. Be my travel companion. It's way more fun to do this with other people like yourself. And when we're not hanging out in this podcast sphere, you can follow my adventures and hopefully find inspiration for your own at jbethanyanderson.com or on Instagram at jbethanyanderson. You can also get a sneak peek of stories in my book called Kiss My Fish, Tales of Chasing God Around the World. You can find it on Amazon in both ebook and paperback formats under J. Bethany Anderson. And hey, to all you world-changing travel junkies who love Jesus, I know there's lots of you. If you think this podcast will spark hope in a friend who's ready to live an adventure with God, share the love. More than a place to hang out each week, there will be opportunities to join a bigger story. So make sure to tune in weekly. Okay, hold on tight. The journey's about to begin. Tune in now to episode 1, Kiss My Fish, for our first adventure together. See you there. Today's music has been brought to you by the Blue Dot Sessions.